Run your finger along the bottom of your face. Feel that little bony point at the front of your jaw, your chin. It seems completely ordinary, but here's something that should stop you cold. You are the only creature on Earth that has one. Not chimpanzees, not gorillas, not even the Neanderthals, our closest cousins. Every other animal's jaw slopes backward. Only yours juts forward. So what is this strange little bone actually for? And here's the truly bizarre part. After more than a century of arguing, science still isn't sure. First, let's be clear about what a chin even is. It isn't just having a lower jaw. Every animal has that. A true chin is that forward-pointing shelf of bone at the very front. The bump that's there even when you have no teeth left. Reach into your mouth and feel the inside of your lower jaw pushing forward. That solid shelf is it. Here's the strange thing about the Neanderthals. Their jaws were actually bigger and stronger than ours, but they had no chin. Their faces sloped straight back. That little jutting point is one of the few features that says, this skull is a modern human. So what's it for? Let's take the obvious guesses, one by one. The first, and most tempting, it's there to help you chew. A buttress of bone to strengthen the jaw against the force of biting. It sounds perfectly logical. But when scientists ran the biomechanics, the logic collapsed. A ridge of bone on the front of the jaw doesn't actually help with chewing forces. Some analyses suggest it may even be a weak point under a hard bite. So the chewing theory, satisfying as it is, doesn't hold up. If anything, evolution seems to have built a chin that works against the jaw, not for it. Next guess. Maybe the chin helps us speak. It's an appealing idea, but the evidence is thin. Plenty of speech happens without any special chin bone doing the work. Then there's a much stranger proposal, that the chin evolved as armor, a reinforced point to survive a punch to the jaw. The idea is that fist fighting shaped the male face. It's a bold and fascinating hypothesis, but it's also heavily disputed. Critics point out that a jutting point is often easier to break, not harder. One by one, the neat, simple answers keep falling apart. So let me be completely honest with you here. There is no scientific consensus on this. What comes next isn't the answer. It's a set of competing ideas, and scientists genuinely disagree. The idea with the most support right now might also be the most deflating. The chin may not be for anything at all. To understand it, you have to look at the whole human face. Compared to our ancestors, our faces have shrunk. They've become smaller, flatter, and tucked in underneath our large brain. The whole jaw retreated inward. But as the face pulled back, the very bottom rim of the jawbone didn't retreat at the same rate. And that leftover ledge, sticking out below a shrinking face, is what we call a chin. In this view, the chin isn't a new feature that grew outward. It's the last piece of an old jaw, left behind as everything above it caved in. Picture a house whose walls are pulled inward while the foundation stays put. A ledge is left jutting out at the bottom. Scientists call something like this a byproduct. The researcher James Pampush has argued the chin is exactly that. Not a solution to any problem, just a side effect of a changing face. But that raises a new question. Why did our faces shrink at all? One likely reason is our food. Once humans mastered cooking and processing food, meals got softer. A softer diet needs less heavy chewing. Our ancestors, chewing tough raw food all day, needed massive jaws. You simply don't. And a jaw that works less hard tends to grow smaller over generations. There's another intriguing idea too. As humans became more social and less aggressive, we may have partly domesticated ourselves. And domesticated animals tend to develop smaller, gentler faces. The same softening that gave dogs their friendly faces may have quietly reshaped ours. So your chin might be an accidental receipt, the leftover mark of your species becoming softer, calmer, and more cooperative. But remember, this is not settled, because there's a very different idea that won't go away, that the chin is a signal, a billboard for sexual selection. A peacock's tail is useless for survival, but priceless for finding a mate. Some think the chin could be a quiet, bony version of the very same thing. Think about it. Men's and women's chins are noticeably different, and the chin becomes much more pronounced at puberty. That's the classic fingerprint of a trait used to attract a mate, a feature that says something about your genes to a potential partner. And we do read chins that way, even now. So maybe the chin isn't a leftover. Maybe it's an advertisement. Or maybe, confusingly, it's a little of both. And that points to why this is so hard to solve. Evolution doesn't leave behind an instruction manual. A feature can start out as a pure accident, and then, later, get put to use for something completely different. The chin could have begun as a byproduct of a shrinking face, and then been seized upon by sexual selection and exaggerated. Two different forces tangled together across 1,000,000 years. The real answer might not be clean and simple. It might be genuinely messy, which is often how nature actually works. Whatever its origin, your chin means something to you today. We've loaded this little bone with judgments. A strong jutting chin, we say, signals confidence and power. A weak or receding chin, unfairly, gets read as timid. We cast the strong-jawed hero and the weak-chinned villain over and over. None of that is really science. It's just bias, written on a face. There's cosmetic surgery to reshape it. There are entire beauty standards built around the jawline. A mysterious lump of bone has quietly become an entire language of the face, so run your finger along your chin one more time. That small, unremarkable point is one of the most remarkable things about you. No other animal alive has it. Not one. And after 100 years of study, the smartest people on Earth still can't fully agree on why it's there. You are, quite literally, wearing an unsolved evolutionary mystery on your face every single day. And maybe that's the best part. Because sometimes the most honest thing science can say isn't, "Here's the answer." It's, "We're still working on it." It is a small monument to how much we still don't know about ourselves. The mystery, for now, is yours to carry.